Today we're going to show you how to install the wrap for one of your toolboxes. To start with, every wrap box that we send you, you're going to get a piece of scrap vinyl. Same vinyl that is printed onto your wrap. This gives you a chance to get used to working with the vinyl. As you can see, very workable. You don't have to worry about it sticking. One of the secrets when you line up the decal for each drawer is to always tack it down in a few inches. And then it'll actually hold. You can come over here, again, tack it down in a few inches. That way, if you have to lift it back up, you have something to get a hold of. And snapping it up, take the felt end of the squeegee, start in the middle, simply rub it down, and you're done. So to begin with, getting the box prepped for the wrap install, of course it had the emblem on it. We used the white end of the squeegee and cut the adhesive that saved it. You can add new double back tape on that if you do want to use it over. It will leave some double back tape on the front of your box. You're going to have to take adhesive remover to get that off. And then we clean it with a mixture of rubbing alcohol and water, 50-50, just enough to get all the grease and dirt off the front. I've removed the lock, and we also have to pull the drawers out. 4 screws on each drawer. Handles come off, the handle inside, all the screws out. When we clean the box, we make sure it's all the surface is clean. But then you also want to open each box or each drawer and clean the top and bottom. I've already cleaned the rest of these. So it's ready to start the install. There again, make sure that it is dry. We use magnets to get a hold of the drawers to open them. It's nice to have something to block the door open. When you receive the wrap from us, it's all going to be pre-cut. So right here we have the one for the first drawer. Rest your hands on the drawer, kind of steady it. Worst thing you can do is drop this in the dirt. If you do that, call us. We'll send you another one. Felt end of the squeegee, up and down, and line this up to make sure it's right where I want it. Simple as that. We never want to do this when it's really cold. About 70 degrees is a good temperature. And you never want to do it out in the heat, direct sunlight, because the hotter it is, the more the vinyl will stick. Drawers are done. This kind of fits in between the rubber bumpers, so it can be a little harder to install. There again, I'm tacking it in a few inches when I'm setting it. If it was starting to wrinkle, I would snap it up, but this is laying right down. When you're installing the smaller pieces, make sure that you don't turn them upside down. Actually, you'll find that the smaller ones are probably harder to install than the bigger ones. Even getting them on straight, when you rub them down, they're going to want to move. You might have to just keep snapping it up, recentering it until you get all the way across. This one I started out too low. I raised it up here in the middle where it needs to be. Tack it. It's hard to reach in and get this one. So I can lift it, I can take it all off, whatever I need to, get it up where it belongs. As you can see, these take twice as long as the bigger pieces. After you tack it every inch or two, it should slide when you rub it down. If you get an air bubble in your vinyl, simply take your finger and push straight in on it. Give it about 10 or 15 seconds and it will disappear. Right at the end, it's trying to wrinkle up a little bit. Just gotta lift it, which is hard to get your finger on it. And the rubber bumpers on here. And snap it up a little bit. Finish it in. Same way at this end. We've tried to make these kits so they cover the entire front. Some of the guys are leaving these lower ones off, but they're included with every kit. There again, I can pull it up. Pull a little taut so it lays straight. There you have it. So every kit you get will also include the decals for the handles. This particular model did not come with the inserts, but if it did, you can simply pull the cap off the end, slide the insert out, and apply those to it, slide it back in, and you'd have the complete cover of the front. So after the decals are installed, you're going to have to cut out the lock hole, push it in and stretch it in a little bit so you can see it. Take your knife and turn it around it. Done. Now the lock can be reinstalled. As far as the handles go on the front of the box, you do not have to cut out all of these screw holes. Simply get your screw, line the handle up where it needs to go. It'll punch right through the vinyl. You can already see where the screw was. Done. So now we're going to install the inside lid decal. From the shocks, remove the little locking spring on each side. So you're either going to have to find somebody to hold the lid, or like we did, we're trying to put it up against the wall. Our inside lid decals come pre-cut. If it's your first time doing these, you might want to have 2 people do this. There again, see how we can slide it around a little bit? I'm looking at centering this and the amount of gap we have up here. I've tacked it. I've centered this. Come over here, see this is still loose, easy to get a hold of. Take it in around the nut. Centered that. Very easy to work with. We make sure that the decal is not over top of the hinge at the bottom. Start at the middle. One time firm press. You really do not need to go over it and over it. Just try to make sure you have overlapping squeegee strokes so you don't miss anything, get any air in it. Start in the middle, go both ways. Almost to the end, I can come in around the brackets. You want to make sure that you get all the corners down good inside. Make sure I start where I've already squeegeed. Come back, work back this way. Don't want to miss your little spot above the bracket. I'm always going back, starting in the middle with each stroke. Can be a little hard to see if you've got any air bubbles in it, but you almost have to look at it in the reflection. Make sure you don't have any air bubbles. If you do, simply push your finger in on the air bubble and it'll be gone. Make sure everything's down tight. And go back and put the shocks on and you're done. Last piece we want to show you for your box is the magnets. All the magnets are printed, and then we apply an anti-scratch laminate to it. It'll help protect the top of the box. It's very durable, but yet it's still just a magnet. Just line it up, stick it down.